So I had to go back and look, and I am shocked to say it has been over a month since we've done a non-tip hunt here on Timbergold Trails. So what I thought we'd do is go back to basics, even bring one of our old favorite weapons, the 30-06 lever action, and we're gonna just take our old kind of OG route. So we'll be heading out from this outpost, moving down in this direction, and eventually fast traveling probably up to here, and hopefully we can start to run into even any non-tip. It's been a while since we've shot a mule deer non-typical. We've had some good luck with whitetail as of late. Maybe that can continue over here on the Timbergold. And as we so often have, a Rocky Mountain elk to get us going at 235 to 285, and I really hope this doesn't mess us up, but about a 30-meter shot, as long as he just stays there, should be able to drop that right in. And the kind of good thing too, heading down this direction, there's a point somewhere right down in here where we can make it one camping supply to fast travel. In fact, we're actually already at it, so we can just jump straight to that tent then and kind of get more into mule deer territory. So as for this guy, probably 270s if I had to guess, a neckbone shot. I did feel there was a little bit left that probably saved us. That guy's a 280 flat. Let's see when we jump over here. Can we find a mule deer buck? There we go. That is a pretty good sign, because the last couple of hunts out here, our first buck was more than 30 minutes in. And I mean, if this female grizzly is going to walk right in front of us, we don't kill a ton of grizzlies on these hunts, but if we can get this bonus kill, we'll definitely go for it. The buck was out across the lake, so that shouldn't be an issue. But of course, with bears, their vitals sit really far forward, and we don't want to mess this up. So keep a big lead on that. That's going to drop it right there in his tracks. Our buck ought to be somewhere over in that area. No sign of it yet, but I don't think it's on that side where it kind of gets stuck over on the left. That's a pretty big buck, 200 to 225. And by the way, turns out they are over there where they're going to get stuck. They'll just walk around in circles here for forever. And also, I started the hunt at 5 a.m. instead of 6 a.m. by accident, so it is a little bit dark, but I brought the 30-06. We might as well make the most of that. Maybe. If we can see which buck we're trying to shoot. Might need to wait till he gets out in the water, because that 9 power is surely not enough to make it easy. Is that him? Don't think so. Okay, it's that one there. Heading across to the right. I think we should be able to do this. It's not so far that we have to aim high. Actually, sort of accidentally spotted him. That other buck's walking right in front of our shot opportunity. Well, we hit him. It should bring him down. That probably could have gone better, but mine is just getting out and walking, over there. There's nothing we can do. They will just stay there, literally, as long as we continue calling. But we've got our grizzly bear that went a little bit better. Doubling that at 15 meters. Just going to be a 17 score, but hey, 25 GM to shoot a bear we weren't even hunting? We'll take that. Actually, might have gotten him pretty good. He's laying right up there. Didn't even get to blood yet. There's some there. And that was probably single lung, so not bad. And a pretty nice buck to start with. He was so far away and it was so foggy. I'm not even sure, I thought I maybe saw a short tine. Not really. Probably 2 teens then. Got him left lung at 153. He's going to be... 204 only. Not too bad. Not quite as big as I thought, but I think we can get a decent photo here with the lighting. And the main thing when it's kind of dark like this, if you take your photos from a higher angle, the lighting for some reason just looks a whole lot better. So not our greatest mule deer trophy shot, but not like he's an absolute giant anyway. 204 typical to start, one of our better starts ever. And now we'll head over to the tower, and the good news is, as it's starting to get a little bit lighter out, shouldn't be nearly as big a deal making longer shots going forward. Literally right away, balancing out that buck with a tiny one. Look at that sticker, by the way. He's got a couple of them, but off that left main beam, that's not like some regular tine. That's just a giant sticker. There were other bucks around, and maybe instead of looking at that, we should try to make this shot. It's about 30. We got the elk earlier, but it was kind of iffy. Need another arrow. That's probably good because he's getting a little bit closer. And the only thing we have to consider is if he gets too close, the arrow will actually hit the side of the tower. So let's see. That'll drop that guy. I don't hear any footsteps. And actually, there's bucks coming in from multiple angles, so should be at least one more down there. I imagine if there's one, there's maybe up to 4, and another one back here behind us. So there's the one behind us. He's nothing special. 100 to 125. We've got at least 2 over here. There's another tiny buck. Same basic frame, but without the huge sticker. That guy's at least decent. But I do think there ought to be some other ones. Just gonna maybe get the 10 mil loaded in case we decide to use that. Probably we won't, because I'd hate to spook everything again. I don't know though, I think we're gonna have to shoot this one, because these guys are just getting too close. I feel like there's probably other bucks. We were gonna go that way, so maybe that's fine. And I guess on the off chance that that one buck running through there doesn't spook any others that may be coming in, we'll just give it another minute just in case. Pretty sure we're in the clear, so this would have been the better buck. Looks like maybe a diesel 160. Long liver stomach, he's going to be a 149 actually. Not quite as good as I thought. And then this guy, I have no idea. With deductions like that, definitely a lot lower than that frame it typically would score, but that was a double lung and liver. So our shots are finding the mark. That guy's 44. And basically from here, we're going to go ahead, hit this double tree stand, and then move up the river. And we'll see if there were any other bucks with those two. You know, actually, I think those were the same bucks with the 204 that we shot. That 120 to 135 track was definitely down there. So maybe we don't have to worry about spotting other ones, because it looks like that's what was hanging around this area. There are just bucks absolutely everywhere. And honestly, this looks like another stud, but 185 to 215. Beam length looks good. I don't see short tines. This buck, by the way, another one of those ones that came in over at the tower. So there's actually another grunt that was just over this hill. Not sure we're going to get a look at that. I mean, maybe if we just make this shot and hope that this little one doesn't run that direction, we'll go for that and see. I could absolutely see this guy going 200 plus as well. So let's get that. That had to be really close to being too low. I only heard that one take off. Let's see here. Sure enough, another buck coming in. Another pretty decent one. That's that one, actually. 120 to 135 kilo. It's 40 meters away. This might be a good time to check the wind. Because if it's much of a crosswind, we probably shouldn't do that. He's getting closer anyway. Maybe a little bit of a left wind. So as soon as he gets maybe into 30, we'll just go ahead and try to go for that. 34 is probably good enough. Keeping in mind the wind is going a little bit left, so we'll probably just favor the right a tiny bit. Oh, that was a bad time for him to take a step, so now we get the track stuff, but bright side, we have another pretty nice buck down here right by the river. I gotta think that goes 200 as well. Got him lung and liver, so definitely lucked out. 204.6, he may actually be better than the last one. Last one was 204.2, so that is indeed our biggest buck to this point, and 2 200s in the first 40 minutes. And really, in the grand scheme of things, this intestine shot wasn't a problem at all. I mean, we can still see the tree stand down there. For whatever reason, he kind of turned back this way, and the shot ended up being intestine stomach, so hitting both organs definitely helped. 4-minute wound time, 166 score. And we get a free, basically 77 GM because we sat in the stand a little longer after we shot our second 200. So par for the course here, a bunch more mule deer bucks, kind of heading up the river. That one across from us maybe is the best. That guy's 135 to 160. This guy may just give us a shot right here. Better go for that. He's up to 175, so are we even going to get this? I think we'll be okay because he's trotted by us. Can we see him? What are the odds? That's a horrible angle. I'm hoping that maybe got liver or the back of a lung. That buck's still coming in, but I'm not terribly worried about it. What do we manage to do here? And he was like just standing in the water. So we'll have to go to the second blood track to actually even see what happened. That obviously was roaming. This will be fleeing in a lung shot, so that's exactly what we needed. Because it's about time to fast travel over to this side and work our way kind of up through all these lakes. So not a bad track, although still further than the intestine hit one earlier. Actually, single lung, 28 meters, hard quartering away. We'll take that for a 155. And basically what we're going to do now, we got to draw this because there's usually deer there if we fast travel. So we'll fast travel here. Hopefully we can get a buck or two, and then we'll start to work our way through all these lakes. And finally, as we've been doing, up into puma territory. So wanted to get that out of the way, because very often there's deer right in on this tent. Not this time. There may still be some around. Well, no bucks, but that grizzly that called when we fast traveled, just gonna mosey right on in, and it is my favorite fur for them. I don't think it has a name, it's just called common, but I want to say at some point for some reason it was called gray, and I just think it looks way better than the common. I wish this was just a normal common grizzly, and once again, I guess, single lung. I'm not sure how we didn't hit the spine to insta-drop him, but he's gonna go down right over there, and we can get on our run over to those lakes. It typically takes a long time, because it's kind of a weaving in and out type deal, really trying to cover ground, and as I so often say, late in hunts, deer just seem to congregate in those areas, and if we take our time, we can do really well over there. So it was lung and litter, which is why he only ran for 6 seconds, 22 score, but like I said earlier, we'll take free GM for standing here in a tree stand hunting other stuff. Now we'll head across the river and hit that area. Man, this is just one of those hunts. Another really quality buck coming in. 185 to 210. This guy here beside him ain't bad either. That's up to 170. By the way, we're just across the river, so we weren't far off from having a decent buck right there by that stand anyway. That doesn't look too bad back there. 180 to 205, so about the same as that one coming in. And there's probably one more back there that we haven't seen. But pretty soon we're gonna have to make something happen here. So is this the one we haven't seen? No, that's up to 210. I think we're still missing one, but as soon as he clears the trees then, I hope he clears the trees, we're gonna try to make that shot. Okay, he's on the move. As soon as he gets out of there, because this one's gonna see us, maybe we get a broadside-ish shot. Now he's gonna turn at us. Just had to make something happen there. Think this one's gonna fall shy of 200, but just a lot of big frame bucks today, and we'll see if we can find one that just kind of stands above the rest. 192 for him ain't bad, and we haven't even made it to the first lake. Well, finally we see it. Just 3 bucks and a bull elk hanging out right here down by this lake. The problem is there's a gray wolf right over in there somewhere. I think he just walked behind that brush because I could see him without the binoculars, and he's kind of spooking these things around. So maybe we'll go 30-6 again. We're far enough from the next lake that's not a huge deal. And I'm guessing maybe this is just a herd of 3. Because these 3 are sticking pretty tightly together. And no sign of any others. So let's see. That guy's going to turn. That guy's going to drop in his tracks. And we have a little bit of a run to do. But we'll go around there. This lake is, about 300 meters away. So no big deal for that. And pretty quickly we'll be on to pumas. There's not been as many deer around here as expected, but they could all be at the next lake. So first things first, this guy, we got single lung at 125 and dropped him. 160 score for him. I mean, just a lot of solid to even really quality bucks. Good thing we shot him from that way across the lake, because from here anything over there definitely would have hurt our shot. That's a pretty nice bull elk. Kind of getting chased right at us here. We might be able to get a shot at this with a bow, because he's going to stop there in the river at 40 flat. Oh, that must have been just a tiny bit low to double lung him. It should be single lung. Oh, hold on a minute. That one's way bigger, or at least he's got more back tines. Way out there. That might be, I don't know. Yeah, he just doesn't have a big frame, but do we get that one too? The concern is we spook any pumas that might be around. I think we go for this. As soon as he walks back out in the river, because we already gotta go and track the other one, we might as well try to get him too. That's out there. Am I gonna aim a tiny bit high? Look good to me. Probably gonna mark that, because we'll need to get on that trail afterwards. If that was 220, we should be all set. So, yeah, where do we even cross at? And how are we gonna figure this whole deal out? So, bull number 1. By the way, looking at that frame, I think he'll outscore the other one. Nice dark antlers as well. The other one we shot was super light. Does have that one short time that's going to cost him big time. Single lung at 40. Yeah, only 348. I don't know. The triple back tines on this other one may end up outscoring him anyway, and that does assume that we got him. The shot looked good. It doesn't necessarily mean it actually found a lung. Luckily, though, it was a lung. He's got to be laying, like, right here then, I would think. In fact, he is. And we'll see, 348 for the last one. That's a lot of antler just on the back of that main beam. Triple back tines on each side. Really small frame, I don't know. It'll probably be higher. Left lung at 245, yeah, 367 for him. And now 2 really quality bull elk. So, not to say that we can't kill a 400 non-tip up in here, but we're pretty much at the point now where we're kind of puma hunting, and maybe we'll make one final fast travel into deer territory at the end. Just kind of depends how this part goes. By the way, deer just came running down by the river there. It ain't a non-tip, but it's a decent buck. I think because of where we're at, we may let that go. Well, that's encouraging. Unfortunately, no luck with pumas whatsoever, but we did just fast travel down here for one last chance at mule deer. Sounds like there's some walking around, and obviously that grunt there is a good sign. And maybe one last quality buck before we wrap up this hunt. So there's a wolf across the river just kind of walking right at this thing. I say, probably we go ahead and go for that shot. One more buck walking in there, but he's just a little like 130. Let's just go ahead. Use the 30-06 for one last time today. And I think potentially our 4th over 190. Definitely going to be our 4th over 180. And this seems to be typically how this goes. If we get a bunch of 180s, 190s, it's pretty unlikely, it seems, that we get anything like really big, 220 plus. 183, by the way, for that guy. The hunts where we kill the really big ones, typical or non-typical, it's like a bunch of 140s and 150s. And then if we stick with it, one really big one at the end. So, no luck as far as that giant non-tip today, but it's good to get back to it. And I meant to talk about this in the intro, but I postponed recording this video till the absolute last thing with my prep, waiting for the Halloween event, and it looks like now that White Rum event's going to be sometime like January, February, so we've got some time, but the good news is we'll actually be able to play that when it comes out. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video, so as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.